Does the thought of starting a brand and building it, growing it, overwhelm you? Well, let's simplify it in this video. I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know. If you landed here because you want to grow your business through things like leveraging branding and building relationships, my name is Alisia Krastel, and that's what I love to share with you guys. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so we can share all the tips with you. Whether you're just starting out with your brand or you have one established and you're growing it, by the end of this video, you're going to be able to do things like start today to grow it even more and be more purposeful about getting your brand out there. And I know you can do it because not only have I done it with the crabs, for my real estate brand, but also Mother Hustler with my coaching brand. And I've helped other agents do that as well. So I know it's something that you can do without spending a ton of money. Number one is most people are starting in the wrong place. They're thinking in the wrong direction. They're thinking more, what should my logo look like? What should my business cards look like? How are my flyers going to look? That's great. Yes, we want to do that, but that's not where to start. You have to start with yourself. Who are you? What do you want to be known for? What colors are important to you? Anything that it is you, like you need to bring you to life. Number two, now that you're starting with yourself, what do you represent? Because if all else fails and you have no branding at all, you're your brand, and that's what people have seen so far. So what is it about you? What do you want to portray? What do you want people to remember you by when you're not around? What colors are associated with you? What things are associated with you? It could be something like a crab, or maybe you love cake or you love pink. There are plenty of things that you can pick that are you. And if you need help with this, down below you can download, it's free, a downloadable that walks you through some things that can help you identify what your brand can be built around. And it's very simple. Once you've done that, we're going to look for some visual things that can represent that feeling, that color, whatever it is. For me, it ended up being a crab, but it didn't start that way. I started thinking, I am zero memorable. I have nothing memorable about me. And it took me a while just to figure out, like, I love crabs. Let me talk more about it and put it out there more. I didn't go gangbusters in the beginning and say, my whole logo, my whole brand is going to be built around crabs. It happens organically, and you have to get it from yourself, and your friends might be able to help you with figuring out what they know you for and what they remember about you. What do they like about you? Number three is you have plenty of things you can do without spending a lot of money. You can literally test this out and figure out if it's going to catch on. Like if yours is a crab or an ice cream or you love gold, you can put an emoji. Like if you love pizza, put a pizza emoji in every single comment that you make and see if it catches on. Start hashtagging little phrases that go with whatever you like. Crab lady. I mean, people have literally texted me crab lady, and I get all kinds. These were both the things behind me, both gifts that people, because they thought of me, sent it to me. That's amazing. Like, you can't buy that kind of advertising and marketing. Don't be something that you're not. Don't try to get a brand just because you want to look a certain way or be a certain way. If you never wear heels, like, don't wear a suit and heels on your business card. Be who you are, and we're going to shine a light on that, not change what it is. Number four is be specific. So whatever it is that you want to shine a light on and highlight about you and your business, we're going to give specific examples to our audience about that, to our clients, to the people on social media. We want to tell them, hey, this is what we're all about, and we want to consistently give them examples. For example, as a listing agent, we all do a lot of the same things, yet my brand, I want them to see a little bit different. I want them to know how important their story and their house's story is to me, and how I can make it kind of a magical thing for people to read. So in one of my last listings, I wrote something to the effect of that so many milestones have been photographed at this scenic home on the land. And it painted a picture of this is not a 3/4 acre. This is a magical place where milestones happen, and this can be your forever home. I wanted that to come across, so I let listing appointments know that, and I let people know that I care. I once thought that putting care in your marketing was a weak thing to do, and now I know that's just who I am, and it's important for people to know if you're a caring agent versus I'm just about the numbers and I'm going to squish you in the process. I mean, you can be about the numbers and not squish people in the process. See how I just took something that every agent does and was free to me to just tweak? I framed it differently. Every agent writes remarks. I now use that remarks section as part of my brand, showing people how I care. And I highlight that. If part of your brand is going to be that you're the local expert about a certain subdivision or a certain town, then please make your content around that area. Always have the subdivision sign or the area sign, or mention this is where you are in X town, or this house in this town. Make sure that if local is your thing, that you're putting local in everything that you do. And this can include figuring out when Christmas lights or holiday lights are put up, and put a map out with where the lights are in that neighborhood. Everything should point to what that you want to portray and have people think of you. You don't want to be the subdivision neighborhood or the town neighborhood and then you're doing all different kinds of content and they don't know where you are. You do trivia around that neighborhood. You do scavenger hunts around that neighborhood. Everything's focused around what you want people to think the story is. What is the first thing that pops in your mind about your brand? Maybe look for an emoji and see if you see an emoji that kind of goes with who you are and what you want to do for fun. Let me know what emoji represents you. Number 5 is, once you've got that idea of what you want and what you want to be known for, give it a whirl. Start incorporating it into everything that you do. Everything, including if you're going to do client events, okay? You could do any client event. You could do regular Popeyes. You could do anything you wanted, but why not make it around your brand? Like, you might be able to guess what kind of events I have. Like, if I'm going to have a picnic, what would it be? I have a crab feast because it envelops my brand in there. You don't have to start so big. If you wanted your brand to be like, you always wear hats and you want them to be red hats, then maybe you do a picnic, just a cookout or something, and you ask everybody to wear a red hat. Or you're wearing a red hat. It doesn't mean you have to go buy t-shirts for every single person that's ever coming or red hats for every single person that's coming. And for me, I don't have to do a crab feast, but I could do a little event, or I could do crab cookies and send them to them. It doesn't have to be so big, but how can you incorporate it smallly? For example, the envelopes that you send. You could send a white envelope with a USA stamp that sends them out, or you could find one that might match your brand or at least your personality if it doesn't have a specific match. Like, I never send envelopes with regular stamps because I don't want them to think it's spam. I'm doing orange envelopes and I'm trying to find a funny or cute stamp to put in it. You're looking for consistent things and things that you can tweak a little bit. Instead of wearing a black shirt, if your thing is orange, always wear an orange shirt. That's something very simple that you can do to get people to know, like, oh, whenever I see orange, this is what happens. Or if you have golden retrievers, post about your golden retrievers all the time. Make something cute about your golden retrievers part of your marketing, so whenever they see a golden retriever, they're thinking of you. I mean, that's amazing. If every time they see a golden retriever or even a dog, they're thinking of this realtor they know. That's the power of having a brand, no matter what it is, just as long as it's true to you. Number 6 is that I want you to realize that branding, and when you're true to yourself, will repel some people and it'll attract some people. And you want that. You want, like, if you do have golden retrievers and people hate dogs, you want them to stay away from you because you don't want to work with somebody who hates dogs. We're not going to drive. So why not repel those people and really attract the people who love dogs? If they love dogs and they see your stuff, they're going to be like, man, maybe that's the realtor for me versus whomever in town. Because, everybody knows a bunch of realtors, but you can be the one that stands out. This one is the one that I think people fail at the most, and it's getting yourself to connect with your audience and connect with your sphere so they get the sense of who you are. To go in and instead of post, you look at their stuff on social media and you comment, and then you add the crab in the comment. Or you genuinely ask what's going on with them. It's so many agents want to put out. And this needs to be a two-way street. It needs to be a connection. And when you proactively communicate with your sphere in that way and ask questions about what's going on with their life and make time for that, that helps them understand your brand. It gives you opportunities to connect consistently and show them who you are. And that, out of everything, you could do all of these things, but when you add that into the layer of communicating with them and connecting on a deeper level with your sphere, your brand gets cemented. Like, it is the 10x factor, if you want to say that. That's the 10x factor. I'm happy to do a test run with you. If you want to comment or message me and say something and see if your brand comes off to me, test it. I'll tell you. Ask me, what do you think my brand stands for? Or what do you think I stand for? If you're getting value out of this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up because it helps me know, oh, they like this content. Let me make more of it. Also, it gives YouTube an indicator to show the video to more people, which I love. Thank you. If you're in the mode of thinking about your brand now and you want to keep going, I have plenty of videos. I'm going to link up here that you can dive into this deeper and figure out where to get like the crab stickers from Sticker Mule and stuff like that. Please make sure you subscribe so I can chat with you again and we can work on building your brand.